Okay, Brian, I'm going to go through a couple things here, alright?
So for safety reasons, there's a safety switch here. So if something gets stuck in this machine, you can go bam, and it's going to shut the machine down. Now when you do that, make sure this isn't pressed in, but you got to press the start button again to start the machine back up. You got a safety switch here, an E-stop here. This is your main breaker. Okay. You've got an E-stop back here as well for bagging and sealing purposes. Okay. So if you don't know how this machine works, which I don't know if your amps go, I don't even know. It's probably an old machine, but your link starts at the front here. So you've got these numbers. So I've got it set to 11 right now. That means your length when it comes out is going to be 11. There's 22 inches on the table. So when it gets folded in half at the end, it's 11. So that's your length starting at the in-feed table. So I've got it set at 11. You might not ever have to touch it really if you don't want to. Next. So you have your fold width and your sleeve tuckers. All these are in here. You've got guides for all these. So in the middle there's your fold width plate. So you'll be able to move that actuator motor in and out with the switch. So for example, fold width, coming in, going out. And pretty much just set it wherever you want. You know, I mean, it's going to depend on the shirt you're running, but 9 to 8 to 10 is usually pretty typical with t-shirts. Then you've got all your sleeve tuckers. If I can focus in on this real quick. Okay, so that's your left tucker. Then, if I can get this, at the top over there's your right tucker, bottom is your sleeve tucker. 2, 2, and 2 is your default. So all these are pretty much set to 2. Now, 2, 2, and 2 will fold, I'd say 90% of what you're going to be doing, 99.9% of what you're doing. Okay, so to recap here, you got your length in the table, you got your fold width and your sleeve tuckers. At the end, there's a timer. Okay, so for example, let's say a shirt comes out and it looks like this. Like that. So this offset right here just means this timer is not set correctly. So for example, it waited too long to fold the shirt in half. Okay, it waited, no, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. So it hit it too early. If it's like this, it hit it, yes, it hit it too early. So it's got to wait more time to center it up. I always get that mixed up, but I've got it set about perfect. It's at 5 right now, but that's just something you're gonna have to look at. More than likely, if nothing moves during transit, you're gonna be able to just run t-shirts all day long and not have to touch it. But that's just how this machine works. So, length, fold width, sleeve tuckers, and your timer in the back. And that's it on how the machine actually works in general. Next I'm going to go over the label applicator, which is pretty much a turn on and off operation. But just stick with me. Thanks a lot. Okay, Brian, so got your labels on here. Now, your on off is right here. I like to keep things guarded for safety reasons. So I kept this guard on here. Sometimes we'll cut it down, but you don't really need to. So to turn this thing on, I just come underneath and that's off, that's on. Okay, I've already got everything set correctly. I mean, you've got your photo eye delay, your label speed on the back here, which I don't really want you to ever really touch. And pretty much right here, which if you ever have to adjust this, we'll just take this guard off. It takes 2 minutes, but that's your flag. So first, let me put this down and I'll show you. Hold on. Alright, so I got the guard off now, Brian, where you can see. So if you could see, focus in. So the flag is pretty much how far this hangs off from this spot. It's gonna hang off just a little bit. And that's adjusted with this knob right here. I've already got this set pretty damn perfect. So I don't really want you to mess with it. Just to let you know how this works, this photo eye right here, it's gonna read the garment, and that's pretty much when this cycles, after the timer kicks out and everything. You've got a reflector down there. Now, if this photo eye does not see that reflector, it's gonna just keep dispensing labels over and over again. So if something in transit moves, which I've got this thing so tight to where it won't move, but you never know with LTL trucking, I don't know. But make sure when you turn this thing on that photo eye can see the reflector down at the bottom down there. You can see that red light down there. So, next, this is very important, because this is the biggest problem I have with label applicators. So, you have to wind this correctly. If you do not wind this correctly, it will not work. It will not work correctly. It'll break labels, it'll be falling apart. So I'm gonna just kind of walk you through this. You're gonna come down, you're gonna go under this bar in between your Allen wrench, or I'm sorry, your let's just call them set screws here. So pretty much this is just keeping this label from moving left and right. Now this is pretty much a micro switch. So it's gonna go under this, and to move this you just press it forward and it just pops up a little bit to give you a little space to put it under there. But this is just gonna rest right on the label, keep it right there. Now when you come down, you're gonna go under this roller, under the bars, and then over top. Well, that's what I get for hitting the photo eye. It's going to dispense a label here. So, I'm doing it again. I can't see my finger on the camera. You're going to go over, back under, come back. As you can see. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to come all the way under, back around here, down, back around, and then end here. And then this is your excess waste. So again, this is very important. Over the top of this is your brake. This is pretty much stopping this from going over and over again. Over, under this, under this, under the roller, around. You're going to stay all the way on the bottom, as you can see. And what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to draw this out somehow, but I need to make a label for it. However, I just kind of wanted to show you that. That is very important to do that correctly, because if they don't do it correctly, you're going to be calling me, and that's the first question I'm going to ask you. So, just wanted to kind of show you that. And that's basically how that works. So you're just going to have to just put your new roll on, wind it through, and then let it go. I mean, over and over and over again. But I just kind of want to go over a couple things. I know this is kind of a long video. Oh, the last thing, Brian. Now this is really important as well. This pinch point is everything. So right now it's wide open. We do not want this right here. Now the machine is off, so there's no air. So here we go. I think I pressed the E-stop, yeah. All these E-stops, again, which I probably didn't say, they twist and they come out. If this is in, this machine will not start. You'll press the start button 100 million times and it will not work. Make sure all these are out. Twist it, comes out. But you only have two on this one. This one in the front, this one in the back. Now that you have electricity and air coming to the machine, as you can see, this closed down. Now this is what I want. I mean, I like to put a quarter in there and look it pretty good. Now to adjust this pinch point, basically, excuse me, you're here. So this regulator right here is what adjusts this, and I'm gonna put a label right under this that says in feed pinch point. So these pull out or pull up. Counterclockwise, taking air off the cylinder underneath, and as you see I go clockwise, it's going to close it. Watch it, and then leave it right about there. Make sure, Brian, these never touch. If these are touching and you're just running this machine, you're going to eat these green belts. They're going to eat, and I mean they're going to pop, and then you're going to have to buy more, and they're not cheap. So please make sure these aren't touching, which I've got it set right now. But that's it. That's it. Again, this is plug and play though. I've got this thing set, so really what I want you to do when you bring this thing in is I want you to just make sure all the straps are off. You're going to have some zip ties up here, you're going to have the main drive belt tied, and you're going to have some tape around this thing, and everything's going to be crated. But other than that, I want you to pull all the e-stops off, so twist them out. I want you to start this thing up. I want you to turn your label applicator on, wind everything through. I've got 2XL your labels on there now, which is going to come like this. And then I want you to just put a shirt on here and just start running them, and then adjust from there and call me. But other than that, I just kind of wanted to show you your machine, and it's going to be a really good one for a long time. It's this one's going to be a workhorse. But that's it. I just wanted to do a quick video. Sorry about the movement, but just give me a call when you get this thing. I'm going to shoot this over to you before you get it. Thanks a lot, Brian.